Hey everyone, Matlock here from Bay Games HQ. It is time for an update about our annual event, the 2020 Bay Games here in Jervis Bay, Australia. As we all know, this year has seen the coronavirus pandemic close borders, shutter entire industries and see an unprecedented loss of life around the world. As soon as the pandemic kicked off in Australia, we pressed pause on registrations for this event and, like all of you, we've since been watching, complying and waiting to see how this thing will play out. In recent days we've been in contact with New South Wales Health, and it's with a heavy heart that, based on the continuation of the pandemic and the restrictions that are simply beyond our control, the Bay Games 2020 cannot proceed as planned. Now look, disappointing as this is for everyone involved, we remain mindful of our responsibilities as citizens to minimise the potential risk of transmitting infection and the potential impact we have on local communities and, of course, healthcare resources. Given the nature of the event, we really have no way to create a bubble for our athletes, our crew, or indeed the many members of the public who also enjoy this amazing event. But all is not lost. This modern world requires that we humans adjust to its challenges or succumb to its perils, and in this case the adjustments are twofold. Firstly, we are postponing the 2020 Bay Games until the 20th and 21st of March next year. If you've already registered, no stress. Your rego will simply be rolled forward automatically and we appreciate your continued support. Now, secondly, the show must go on. The very premise of the functional fitness training and competing we all enjoy prepares us to be stronger, both physically and mentally, to be braver, and importantly, to lead by example. Now, we're acutely aware that many of you are already hard at work training and preparing for the Bay Games 2020, and it's for that reason that you and your mates must keep the original dates in your calendar. Why? Well, because on the 7th and 8th of November, we'll be bringing the Bay Games Unstoppable edition to you. That's right, it's the same weekend and it's the same format, but we're moving mountains to make sure you can compete from wherever you are. Just to be super clear, this is not instead of the physical event. That will move to March. What we're doing is creating a hybrid version of the Bay Games for this year called Unstoppable, and that will run online on the original weekend in November. To be honest, if we all lean in, this could be a bunch of fun. This could be something quite special, and we love that it could demonstrate the power and fortitude of this community to be unstoppable. So how's this going to work? As you can imagine, we've been hard at work figuring out the details so as to ensure it remains a fair competition, that it's safe for everyone involved, and that it's accessible to as many of you as possible. We'll be following the same schedule as we had planned for the physical edition of the Games. So individual athletes will compete throughout the day on Saturday the 7th of November, and teams will compete throughout the day on Sunday the 8th of November. Kicking off at 8 AM each day, you'll have 2-hour windows to complete each workout. Courtesy of the team from Undefined Media, we'll be broadcasting live from Jervis Bay and streaming from gyms around Australia and maybe even New Zealand. We'll also have a team of judges standing by to ratify the live leaderboard results. Now, speaking of judges, our very own head judge, Alethea Boone, and her 2IC, Nerida Locke, will be overseeing the competition right here with us at Games headquarters. We'll also have live streams coming in from around the country, so if you want your gym to be one of them, send us an email to support@thebaygames.com. So how will it work from your end? Well, in a perfect world, you'll be able to get together with your usual training mates and do the workouts at your gym. If that's not possible for any reason, we've amended the programming so that you can compete from almost anywhere in accordance with whatever restrictions are in place at the time. That's why it's called the Unstoppable Bay Games of 2020. Let's show this pandemic that together we are unstoppable. Okay, what will you need? Well, you'll need a judge and you'll need to record your workouts, but we've got your back as the team from WeTime have again demonstrated their commitment to this community. As part of your registration, you'll get 4 weeks of free access to the premium area their app, which that means it's free. You'll also need access to some basic gym equipment, but you'll have more than 3 months to plan for it, so it shouldn't be a drama. But we'll get to that in a moment. On both days, we'll kick off in Jervis Bay with our traditional opening of the games. This will be followed by a refresher of what the first workout includes, together with a demonstration of the movement standards courtesy of Alethea. And then it's on. You'll have 2 hours to complete the first workout and submit your scores. Now, we know the tech stuff can get in the way sometimes, but we'll be using the timestamp feature of the WeTime app, so in case Mr. Murphy comes to spoil the party, no sweat, we'll work it out. But you will need to use the WeTime app, but remember, it's included in your registration. After 2 hours, we'll be back with you broadcasting live from Jervis Bay and getting you moving with Workout 2. And really, that's how the rest of each day will unfold. It's the same as if you were with us here in Jervis Bay. You'll have a full day of competing as planned. Now, I mentioned that you'll need a judge, and we too will have a small army of judges at this end. Basically, your local judge will help make sure you adhere to the movement standards, count your reps, record your time, and so on. Our judges will be requesting the video footage for the top 5 of each division after each workout. They will then review the video footage to verify and update the live leaderboard results. So, what about the programming? That is such a good question. When I called Will from WonderFit, our head of programming, to explore the implications of the Unstoppable edition of the Bay Games, he didn't flinch. He and the team immediately got to work adapting the planned 2020 workouts that you already know and are training for. Our aim was to keep them as close to the original workouts as possible. Of course, in saying that, there's no manageable way to include swimming or stand-up paddleboards, so this is the first, and we hope the last, Bay Games that will not include water events. Other considerations were, as usual, focused on availability of equipment, efficient use of space to take account of social distancing, and of course, keeping it fun and fair. I'm pleased to confirm that the amended workouts, or should I say the Unstoppable 2020 workouts, will be live on our updated website shortly after this broadcast. And I want to take the chance to acknowledge what Will and the team have achieved. Everybody around the world is dealing with the coronavirus, and Will and Carrie's case, this means being stranded in different parts of the world for over 6 months now, and still the support is unwavering. So to Will and the team, thank you so much. And thank you to the rest of our team, both here and around the world. Many of these unsung heroes work tirelessly in the background to deliver the best events that we can. And it's with this spirit that we ask you to join us online to show the world that together we really are unstoppable. Our website is updated, you'll be able to see the workouts, and registrations are open. Thank you so much for your time and your support. We can't wait to count down 3, 2, 1, go, and watch you show the world what you're made of. Remember, be brave, lead by example, and be unstoppable.